Yeah, so this one was a really like big kind of learning track for me in production and stuff. I feel like I'm changing my sound like a little bit. It's definitely not this like drastic like moving to another genre,
Mhm.
but um it was a lot. It was a big process of figuring out the right producer to do it and figuring out like how far to lean pop and how far to lean rock and like kind of all these things. And it was like really cool, but honestly very frustrating and very like, oh my God, like I have this sound in my head and I have no idea how to translate that out into the world.
Mhm.
So very like introspective and kind of like a learning experience, but one that I'm so glad I went through because it helped me like for the next songs that will come out, kind of find a path and created some neural pathways in my mind too.
Yeah, for sure. And
Um,
earlier you mentioned that you've been sitting on this track for 2 years. Is that 2 years that you've been working on it, or is that 2 years it's been done and you've been waiting to release it?
okay, so 2 years, we probably it's been a year that we've been working on it, but 2 years that we wrote it. So it kind of just sat in my demo pile for a while. And then
Mhm.
when we were like, all right, we now are at the point of like releasing new music that hasn't been like completely done already.
Mhm.
That was top of mind. And then we really worked on it. We had to figure out producer, we had to figure out like direction and all that. And that one took a while.
Gotcha. And Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So
mentioned like you with the song, you're trying to find that perfect balance of like the pop, but the rock and where to lean in those worlds. Do you feel that you found that with this song and what's going to be coming out? Or are you still working towards the ultimate
I
goal?
think I think I'm still working towards it. And I think that's something like I really want my listeners to know is like I think the beauty in that is like we're all growing together and the fear in that is we're all growing together. And like one thing I love about like artists that I've seen is like we do grow together and there's times where I'm like, oh, that doesn't really feel like them or oh, that feels great or whatever. But just knowing that there's like a fan base that kind of can know what's going on and can see what's going on with that is like my favorite part of it all, I think.
Gotcha.